mail. Let's start with that. The April login challenge has concluded. Rewards are being calculated. Keep an eye on your post box. Rewards will be distributed by April 16th. Thank you. Thank you guys. But yeah. I did do a little bit of like something to there's an opportunity that I have that I really want to go well. So I did a little bit for that opportunity. I'm just taking a little bit of a break. I'm probably going to do this part of the chapter and then pick it back up. Let's just go and meet Marilla in the Hogshead Inn. This chapter is called About Merula. The last chapter just uploaded, so I am before. But hi Merula. You recognize your rainbow. How often do you come to the Hogshead Inn? Far too often, not often enough. It's my first visit. Far too often. I'm here far too often. Much of my mischief masterpiece was... I'm here far too often. Much of my mischief masterpiece was strategized here. I wouldn't have thought this was your kind of place. I would have definitely thought it was your kind of place. Just when I think I have you all figured out, you surprise me, Rainbow. But you're the one who wanted us to meet here, Marilla. Because I don't want to be seen hanging with you so much around Hogwarts. Oh, because I don't want to be seen hanging out with you so much around Hogwarts. People will start to think that we're friends instead of just fellow apprentice curse breakers. Oh, the horror. What is it? Oh, the horror. What is it that you wanted to talk about anyway? The cursed vault, of course. You said it ready or not. It's time for us to find a way into it. Redpick seems to think so. She said she'd talk to us about it after our visit to Calburn. Yes, and I wanted to talk to you before we talked to Redpick. You know what to expect. You've been to more cursed vaults than I have. How many cursed vaults have you been to? None. So tell me what it's like to go into cursed vault. Oh. You brought a notebook to take notes on what I, of all people... You brought a notebook to take notes on what I, of all witches, have to say? So what if I did? Console Marilla. I'm not gonna taunt her. Because this is where our relationship changes. Console. Marilla, it's alright if you're worried about going into a cursed vault for the first time. What? What? I didn't say I was worried. It's normal to be nervous. It's normal to be nervous. It's normal to be nervous anytime one goes into a cursed vault. I mean, it's cursed. Perhaps you're nervous, Rainbow, but I'm not nervous. So you brought that notebook to duel in? Because it's a stupid notebook. I shouldn't have brought it. Marilla, we're in this together. If we're going to survive the curse, If we're going to survive the... Merlin, we're in this together. If we're going to survive the vault and break the curse, we'll need to trust each other. Alright, fine. I'm a little bit nervous about going into a cursed vault for the first time. If that's what you wanted to hear. Actually, it is. I'd be worried if you weren't nervous about going into a cursed vault for the first time. Oh, alright then. And I can tell you what it's like inside of a cursed vault. But it might put you more at ease if I actually trained you for what to expect. You training me, the most powerful witch at Hogwarts. Before you turn down my offer, at least hear what I have in mind. Okay, let's start this. Alright, I'll see you guys later after I finish this. Bye, guys! Continue. And yes, I had to log out of my game because I accidentally clicked collect. So what do you think, Merula? Will you let me train you to enter your first cursed ball? Well, if it's that important to you, I suppose I'll let you help me to prepare. You should be thanking me for being so open-minded. Thank you? No problem, Rainbow. So, where do we start? We start in a cursed corridor. Ooh, the cursed corridor. Interesting. Okay. I have to change that really quickly though, still. So give me a second. Alright, let's go. Oh, I get up slow. This has been, you know what? I hate having to do this while recording, but back in the cursed corridor. So this is a cursed corridor. I thought it would feel different being somewhere cursed. Sorry to disappoint you. It's alright, I'm used to it. So what now? The entrance to the cursed vault we're looking for isn't here. Or perhaps it is. I hadn't considered that. What do you mean? Our only clue what do you mean? Our only clue is the vault portrait, and it doesn't show the vault's entrance. Which could mean it's a very hidden entrance. And if a secret entrance to a cursed vault were to be hidden, anywhere, a cursed corridor would be a good spot for it. Since she said the part, I'm gonna skip that. I'll be finishing his other sentences now. Well, you just finished mine. When I start finishing yours, that's when I'll worry. The two of us working together like this, it's going to take some time getting... The two of us working together like this is going to take some getting used to. Yes, for me too. But let's start by searching for a hidden vault entrance. Okay, this is 1 hour, so I will see you when my energy fills up. Bye, guys. Continue. spam clicking. I'm still spam clicking. Ah. Okay. Let's go. We've searched every inch of this corridor. No secret entrance. Yes, if there's a hidden... Yes, if there's a hidden vault entrance here, it's hidden well. Why don't you give me something more active to do to prepare for the cursed vaults? So you want your training to continue? Ay, what is that banging around this hall? Ay, what is that banging around in this hallway? Alright then, how do you feel about dueling practice? I've told you enough times. But Rake Pig has had us preparing for dragons. What if we have to duel one of those? We can't practice dueling a dragon. But we can practice dueling a beast. I have just the beast in mind. Well, I'm not doing anything about... Well, I'm not doing anything without my dueling instructor for backup. So let's go find Diego. Then we'll... So let's go find Diego, then we'll head to the forest grove. No, the forest. Oh, no. You know how I feel about the forest. Oh. Guys, you know how I feel about the forest. Especially since I know something's gonna happen. Frenzy? No, not Frenzy. Torvis. Sorry, I'm too hooked on like the movies to think of anything else. I remember it's been a long time. Hello, Torvis. Thank you for meeting us. Have you returned to the centaur camp? Yes, my herd welcomed me back after I returned to the restored arrowhead and completed a series of tasks. And was the sleepwalking curse broken when you returned to Hogwarts? Yes, it was. But now we're facing a new curse. There are students trapped in the portraits that hang up. But now we're facing a new curse. There are students trapped in the portraits that hang at Hogwarts. That sounds awful. So then you are searching for another cursed vault in the Forbidden Forest. We're actually not sure where exactly the vault is yet. I said that the exact right way, wow. Is that why you've brought your friends? Yes, I'll need my friends' help. They're not my friends. Diego is my friend. Merula isn't. I'm sorry, but it's a button. And technically it's true. Merula's not in the friend list. Diego is my friend, but as for Merula, I don't know that Merula Snide and I will ever be true friends. It's one of the few things we agree on. Nice to meet you, Torvis. I should mention Diego's Merula's dueling instructor. He's given me lessons too. Diego Kaplan, the best dueler in Hogwarts. Diego Kaplan, the best dueler at Hogwarts. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Torvis. You're always so bold. You're always so bold. Yes, he's like this with everyone. It's true. I'm your friendly visit, that's all. And I've never met a centaur. Take a plan. I'm a friendly visit, that's all. And I've never met a centaur. So how can I help you prepare to enter into the cursed vault, Ella? Merula and I may encounter a dragon in this cursed vault. Dragon! Dragon! This is the first time I'm hearing that you'll be facing a dragon. Dragon! This is the first time I'm hearing that you'll be facing dragons. And we've already dueled a troll, Lila. You keep finding ways to stop yourself. Dueling a dragon is very serious and very dangerous. We know, and I can think of no better practice than dueling a beast as powerful as yourself. I've experienced it firsthand. Now it's Marilla's turn. Oh. What? I didn't sign up to duel a centaur. Oh. I'll duel a centaur. Marilla, we agreed that I train you so you'd feel prepared before we... Marilla, we agreed that I'd train you so you'd feel prepared before we go into the cursed vault. Dueling a beast, and one as strong as Torvus, is part of that training. If you really think so, then show me how it's done. Alright, if you insist. Oh, thank God. My stats match. I'm gonna be at 49,000 after this. Yes! Nice work. Okay. I like to just go with the large reductions. So, I'm gonna go with... the Pulso. The two that I would go with here are the Pulso and Incendio, but I'm just gonna go for the large reduction. Bleeding for 3. Oh my god. No, defensive. Oh, he's healing himself. No, dang it. Yes, that was so easy. Boom. Well done, Layla. It's the dueling lessons I've given you, no doubt. Torvus is quite the dueling partner. True, but since our last duel, you've become far more powerful. Rubbish! I'm the most powerful. I'm ready to prove it now. Stand back! I'm gonna try again. It's my fault. I was supposed to be training you, Marilla. If I could give a piece of advice. Of course. You and Marilla would be stronger together than you would be... You and Marilla would be stronger together than you would be divided. I learned my lesson the hard way, being exiled from my heart. And I appreciate Florenzi and the other censors all the more now that I'm back in the fold. Florenzi! Yes! I'm not sure I followed Torvis. He's saying you and merula should have dueled them together, of course. You're an interesting human, Diego Plan. But yes, you'd be less exhausted, Layla, and merula less frustrated if you teamed up against me. It'll take a formidable team to break this latest curse. I'm not sure I'm ready for that level of teamwork with Rainbow just yet. Then you like my next idea for brushing up on our skills. It's time to head back to Hogwarts and the training grounds. Okay. I don't even know what my character is doing. I don't even know what my character is doing. Kiara's here, Talbot's here. I love Kiara. She's barely in this. Aww. So the two of you are spending time together on purpose? Did I miss an Apprentice Curse Breakers meeting? Protect Marilla's vulnerability. Expose Marilla's vulnerability. I'm gonna protect it, cause again, our friendship is changing. You know me, Bill. I like to be overly prepared before going into a cursed vault. Will agreed to help me while I brush up on my training. That's right. Since I'm such a powerful witch, I'm supervising Rainbow. Exactly. Alright, if you say so. So why did you rope me in for this part of your training? We'll be practicing our spell casting and... What? We're going... What? We're going from dueling a centaur to just spell casting? Lame! I thought you'd say that. That's why Bill's here. To referee. Are you suggesting a spellcasting competition? How exactly would that work? Yes, I'd like to know too. First, Merle and I cast spells on the training dummy. Then, based on our demonstration, you decide which of us is the more powerful witch. That sounds rather arbitrary. I'm not sure I want to get in the middle of this. Too late. I like it. Let the games begin. Alright, I'll see you when my energy fills up for this 3 hour. Bye, guys. 14 minutes? Hey guys, I'm back. Let's continue. This is gonna be a long video yet again. Oh my god. I don't think as long as my past two, which I'm very sorry for the long video yet again. For today, not that one. Okay, I'll see you guys when I finish this. Bye guys. I'm back. Yes, I'm binging Am I the Bad Apple? Don't judge me. I'm back. Let's continue. And the winner in the spell casting contest is both of you. Rubbish! I won! Says who? Bill would say so if he was doing his job right. He's saying it was a tie. You're being impossible, merula. And this is what I wanted to avoid. See you later. I'm out of here. I suppose I put Bill in a rough spot. Then let's just agree that I won. It's credit to you, actually. It's a credit to you, actually. How's that? Isn't your training supposed to be boosting my confidence about... Isn't your training supposed to be boosting my confidence about entering a cursed vault? In terms of boosting confidence, I may have gone too far. Listen, it was my weird way of saying thank you, alright, Rainbow? It's my weird way of saying thank you, alright, Rainbow? I feel better prepared to enter my first curse vault. But we can both always be more prepared. We can never train enough for the unexpected. Fine, but then enough of you training me. Now I'll train you. Sounds great, Merula. I'm gonna be nice to you. Of course, train me. Let's see what you have to offer. If that's a challenge accepted, though you might regret it. Alright, will you at least tell me what you have in mind? Something unforgivable. Follow me and I'll teach you. Seriously? Are we learning? Oh my god. Are we learning Are we learning what I think I'm learning? The fact that is still glitched annoys me so much. Like, Jam City, please fix this. I spammed it just to get rid of it and it did not work. Anyway. Hi, Marilla. Does Rigpig know we're in her classroom without her? Are you kidding? After I told you... Are you kidding? After I told her what I'm about to teach you, Rigpig offered a classroom. I think Rigpig and I connect on a level that you and Bill wouldn't understand. How do you mean? You haven't always completely trusted Rigpig. I'm not even sure you do now. So I believe Rigpig likes me best. That she seems a little bit of herself in me. Which makes sense because I want to be just like her when I grow up. It's why I didn't want Rigpig to know I was nervous about going into the cursed vault. That's why you came to me for help instead of Rigpig? I thought I would disappoint Rigpig if she knew I was afraid. I don't know that Rigpig would have felt that way, but I'm glad I've been able to help you. But now it's my turn to school you. Prepare to learn. The killing curse. What? Merula? No! It's not like I was going to cast it on you, Rainbow. I'm just going to teach it to you. No! That's an unforgivable curse. I would never use it. But what if we need it in the curse vault? You keep telling me how dangerous it will be in there. Still, this is just like when Rakepick tried to teach me the Cruciatus curse. Rakepick tried to teach you the Cruciatus curse. She wanted to teach you that curse instead of me. Forget it, Marilla. Trust me, it was awful. No, I want to talk about it. Tell me more. Oh no. Hey, at least it's 3 hours and not 8. But I will see you guys when my energy fills up for the 3-hour task. Oh, I know what I was looking at. Yeah. I'll see you guys. Bye. Hey guys. Let's continue. Hey guys. Hopefully, this can, go by pretty quick. I can't believe your parents taught you the killing curse. You didn't judge my family that's talk about your brother. I'm not judging your family. I'm just surprised any parent would teach a kid something so unforgivable. Mom and Dad were going to prison. They wanted to arm me with the knowledge to protect myself. And by the way, I can't believe you would turn down a lesson from Rakepick. Perhaps if I spend even more time with Rakepick, she'll think of me first when she wants to teach a curse. Don't take it so personally, Marilla. Whatever. If you won't learn the killing curse, do what you... Whatever. If you won't learn the killing curse, do you want me to teach you a different attack spell or not? Yes, teach me. Yes, it's not... Yes, as long as it's not an unforgivable curse. Well, since we could be facing a dragon. I'll teach you to cast Fiend Fire. Fiend Fire? In here? Marilla? No! Rainbow, you need to stop telling me no to spells. But a huge bewitched flame? That's advanced dark magic. Did your parents teach you how to cast Fiend Fire too? No one's taught me, but I've been studying on my own. It's risky and brave. It's something Rakepick would do. That shouldn't happen. Something's gone wrong. Do you know how to cast Agumenti? I don't. Me neither. I've botched this up. What should we do? fire can't be extinguished with ordinary water. Even your misfire would be far too powerful.
Oh.
Professor Eggpig, thank you. I don't know what I did wrong.
Oh.
Let's start with even attempting to cast a bewitched fire in my very flammable classroom. It's fortunate I stopped by to see how your lesson is going. Did you find a bug or small rodent? Something to kill? I'll be quiet. Rainbow didn't want to learn the killing curse. I can't say I'm surprised. I didn't think that you would be. I hope you two are prepared to enter the cursed vault. The time is near. Let the both of you and Bill know exactly what to do for now. I'll tend to this mess. I'm really very sorry.
Oh.
Never apologize for doing what you know in your heart that you absolutely must do, Merula.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
Thank you, Madam Rickpick. Aren't you both late to lunch? I need you to take good care of yourselves if you're to be a strong team in the vault. We'll head to the Great Hall. Oh my gosh, is this seriously a... interesting looking? J. Okay. I was regulated immediately without one of us having to consider remote. Well, actually, what do you want from me, Amanda? I already thanked you for preparing me for the vault. Yes, and I appreciate it. I know what a chore it must have been for you to show me gratitude. But in Make's classroom, when we were talking about your parents staging the killing curse, I've only heard rumors about them, about you. I'd like to hear the truth. At least, hear your truth. You want to share feelings? You want me to share feelings? Gross. Sorry guys, I'm trying to be quiet. I want to know more about you because we're going into this cursed vault together. We don't know what will happen. We do know we'll need to trust each other. So practice trusting me now. Yes! Oh my goodness! No, I don't see any benefit to telling you more about me. You helped me, but so will... So I've proven myself to you. Yes. Are you going to judge me? Of course not. Fine. You want my life story? I'll give you the short version. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you for trusting me. You didn't. You didn't tell Bill I was scared about the codes developed before a spellcasting competition. So I'll share with you more than I would have betrayed me. I was wondering if you'd get around to keeping me quiet for protecting you. I told you in the first corridor that the two of us teaming up would take getting used to. Give it some time. Alright, I'm listening. And my mom and dad were death eaters. I know that. They weren't always nice people. Or nice parents. I'm sorry, Marilla. So, how did you find out? They're my parents. That my parents were death eaters? I remember being little and mom pushing up his sleeves as she kneeled to tie my shoelaces each morning. You saw the dog mark on her arm? Yes, I was scared for a little bit. One day I asked her about it. She told me all about you and she was so proud. And was it just you? Do you have any brothers and sisters? Do you have brothers and sisters? No, it was just me. But even I was too much for my parents. Mom and Dad were ambitious followers. I was in their way. But perhaps my parents... perhaps my parents are why I'm ambitious too. Having ambition isn't necessarily a bad thing. And it's an ambition to reach a new level of cruelty. And it's an ambition to reach new levels of cruelty. I don't know that you strive to be cruel no more. But sometimes I can be cruel in how I'm mean to you. Do you think people can change them? My parents couldn't change. That's why they're in Azkaban. How old were you when they went to prison? 10 and a half. You know, 10 and a half. You know when you're a little kid, that half is so important. Oh, so when we first met you, it only been half a year since. That makes so much sense. So then, what is it like for you now without them? Where do you go when you leave Hogwarts for summer break? To an empty house. Who takes care of you? You think I can't take care of myself, remember? Your brother's missing, and you're going just fine. But that's my brother. It's hard enough with him gone. But that's my brother. It's hard enough with him gone, but a home with no adults? My aunt, my mom's sister, she's my guardian. She comes by often enough. She just pops in? She doesn't live with you? Victims are my parents. And all the other leaders, they know the name Snide. They know where we live. They watch me and they judge. Some leaving certain notes at the door. At the house, I barely go out. At the house, I barely go out. But none of it's your fault. We're kids. My aunt isn't a kid. I can't blame her for not wanting to be around. Doing the bare minimum. She has her own life. It must be very lonely for you. It is, but sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. And the rest of the time, you want to be my worst enemy? Not anymore. Let's see you put an end to it. At the very least, perhaps now you understand why I am the way I am. Why you push people away? Why you push people away? Why you always have something to prove? Yes, I think I do understand. And perhaps your parents couldn't change, but you can, Merula. I'm starting to think so too. It's alright, but you're choosing me as an apprentice curse breaker. Seeing in me what I want to see in me. It's made a real difference. As for our differences, Merula, breaking the curse is bigger than any of them.
Oh!
So then let's break this curse, Rainbow. Together.
Ugh.
Well, since you could never do it without me. Yes, together. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's the end of the chapter. And I will see you all in the next video. 14 minutes ago. Bye guys.